Amada, supón que me voy lejos, tan lejos que olvidaré mi nombre. Amada, quizás soy otro hombre, más alto y menos viejo.
In September of 1998, 5 Cuban men, Gerardo Hernandez Nordelo, Ramon Lavenino Salazar, Antonio Guerrero Rodriguez, Fernando Gonzalez Lort, and Rene Gonzalez Suert, were arrested in Florida. Charged with espionage and other crimes against the United States, they were convicted in Miami, a place notorious for its hatred of the Cuban Revolution, Fidel Castro, and hatred of all things relevant to the social, cultural, and spiritual aspirations of the Cuban people. Part of this is just envy. I mean, I figured it out. It's just outright, blatant envy. The 5 men were treated atrociously, as Cubans routinely have been, and darker-skinned Cubans even more so, in prisons in the United States. Although judges were unable to define a specific crime the 5 had committed, beyond attempting to discover and alert their country of planned terrorist attacks, which Cuba had suffered for decades from Miami-based Cubans backed by the United States government, they were treated sadistically, denied the right to bail, separated from their families, and kept for 17 months in solitary confinement in an attempt to break their bodies and their spirits. Now, this is one of those places where, for most of us, you read that, you think it for about 2 seconds, and then you can't hold it. You can't bear it. You can't, you know, who in this room could really deal with thinking about somebody, anybody, being in solitary for that long? You know, who could hold that? It's very difficult. This is one of the reasons this is a hard case and why we have a lot of work to do, because it's so heinous that most people just can't deal with it. They were given ridiculously long sentences. One of them, Gerardo Hernandez Nordelo, was given 2 life sentences. Now, what's up with 2 life sentences? Who's gonna live 2 lifetimes? You know, who's gonna be around to notice? These judges, I mean, the last time I looked at them, they were not gonna be around for even 1 more lifetime. So this is, you know, this is just sadism. It is just sadistic, cruel behavior, and they're doing it only because we have given them that power. I've had many thoughts listening tonight, sitting here in this room with all of you, thinking how wrong my country is on this issue and how much we will suffer for it. Injustice is the greatest foundation of hatred, and that is what we continue to create. And we do it as if we don't understand this. We understand this, but we keep harming people, deliberately making them suffer. Our government does this, our country does this over and over through the centuries. It does this. So what can our future be? What can our future be if we mistreat people in this way? There is no reason in the world why these men who are trying to protect their country should be shut away in prisons spread across the country, away from their families. I think of how much I love the people that I love and how much I love snuggling with them, how much I love cuddling, how much I love just being able to feel them in the morning, feel their touch, to smell them. To take this away from human beings just on a whim, this is a whim, this is whimsical. What they're doing is whimsical. It's cruel whimsy. That's what it is. They're doing it because they can do it. They're doing it because they can get away with it. It's actually heartbreaking. So with these men and their families, we stand with them, without hesitation, full-hearted, completely committed to their freedom and to their happiness. They deserve to be happy. Who are we as Americans to say that they have to be in misery? They have to live their lives longing for their children and for their families, for their wives, for their lovers, their parents. Who are we to even think that we have that right? We don't have it. We don't have that right. So we're in it for whatever length of time it takes, and we will not be satisfied with just, some kind of tiny nod of recognition of the suffering that our country has caused. We want to be with our friends, our Cuban friends. These are our friends. These are our teachers. Cubans are wonderful teachers, and we want to be able to be with them, to dance with them, to laugh with them. All of us, all the men who are in prison, all the Cubans who are in Cuba, and us. Why not? And I want to get on with this before all the ice melts. And it's melting fast. So we don't have a whole lot of time. And we have to just work to send this message. Thanks.
Para no hacer de mí como pedazos, para salvarme entre únicos e impares, para cederme lugar en su parnaso, para darme un rinconcito en sus altares. Me vienen a convidar a arrepentirme, me vienen a convidar a que no pierda, me vienen a convidar a indefinirme, me vienen a convidar a tanta mierda.